for the longest time. And when I say for the longest time, I mean dating back all the way to 2012, 2013. The first time I ever decided to record a camera. Of course, I was still in, since schoolboy at that time. I was 8th grade, 9th grade, whatnot. But always used to watch a lot of YouTube couples, bro. Always used to, in my spare time, I ain't never owned a video game, nothing like that. And I got like playing football, I had concussions, so after that I went into deep depression. And then I was just watching a whole bunch of YouTubers for like 2 solid years, I ain't gonna lie. All I was watching was YouTubers. So from there, originally that's where the inspiration gave me to pick up the camera, and I was like, I can do the same thing these boys can do. And then from there, I used to see couples. I used to see internet couples. And boy, I kid you not, man, that's my weakest point. Weakest point when I tell you, especially when I see a man able to take his woman to Bora Bora or whatever, or a couple sitting next to each other and then celebrating it as they hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, man. I done seen all type of celebration over the years, all type of celebration, man. So I always told myself, you know what, man? When I find a loved one, when I find somebody who loves me, who who you have a connection spirit with, we're gonna end up doing this, man. We're gonna end up doing this. Now, ever since I said that, 2 things has happened. Both things came true over the years. But the only error I did right now, looking back at it, the only messed up thing I did was everybody that I met, everybody I was dating, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no saint. I ain't gonna tell you I just had a perfect sound life. Nah, man, I did my thing. I did my 1-2 steps back in the good old days, right? So it's everybody that I'm been around for a bit, I try to because I always wanted to record. I used to do vlogs and whatnot, so I always was just recording my day. So it's everybody I met, I'm trying to hook them in. I'm trying to get them in this loop, bro. I'm like, yo, we could be making all this money, wow, whatnot. So never worked out. That's never worked out. But right now, fast forward to 2025, right? Met my fiance now about 4 years ago. And then 3-4 years ago, so I had to go across the street. Give me 1 second. And then when I tell you, she's the opposite of me, bro. She's the opposite of me. I asked her to do so many nights, so many days. I would ask her, I was like, yo, you should do this with me. We should make videos together. And then, not talking down on nobody, but she moves on explaining to me that that's not her thing, And then I was like, all right, whatever. But deep down inside, I was still hurting it. But you know what I found more amazing? You know what I found more amazing than having a YouTube partner? Somebody who you can make content creator partner or whatnot. You know what I found a lot more beautiful? Life partners, bro. When you have a life partner, that is so much more beautiful than having a YouTube partner. And then when I say life partner, I don't just mean somebody you marrying, somebody you dating. I mean, although all of those stuff are apply and then are in effect. But when I call, now I've never even thought about this level of passion or this level of thinking, or I've never even thought if this would ever happen or it could ever happen. So, but when I talk about partnership here, man, I'm all about my financial freedom, bro. It could be boring, it could be, I don't care. I'm all about being financially free. and able to go to travel the world. I want to wake up today and go to Dubai. I want to wake up today, go to Argentina. That's my thing. Like, I just want to move. I want to just be free. I don't want to have to worry about X dollar amount to do X amount of things. You know what I mean? So, not now, not right now, but 2 days ago, I had to stutter there. 2 days ago, whatever, a few days ago, my girl and I, you know what I mean? We've been had this talk. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She put me on some game when it comes to like saving my money. I thought I was knowing my one or two things. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying I'm above the law and whatnot, but I just thought I knew my things, right? But then she put me on so much game, bro. So much game. In about 2 years, I've never, I don't know, maybe for people, other people can relate to this or not, but I've elevated a whole class, like, you know, poor, working class, middle class, low-end middle class, you know what I'm saying? That class, life class, that's what I call them. But I bumped myself up a whole class up. And me and her right now, we invest our money together. And when I tell you, man, that is more beautiful than any content we could ever create next to each other. I get it, we still have a regular 9 to 5 like a typical American, but not for long, man, not for long. I'm still gonna do this because this is my passion. I don't care if I make a dime from YouTube or if I make $1 billion from YouTube. It will never change how I create content. And then just because I made $10,000 or $20,000, do not expect that I'm gonna get a high-end camera, do all of this stuff. No, I'm still recording from my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I'm planning to continue doing that. If anything, I'll probably just buy a laptop so I could edit it a little bit faster. But my whole thing is to create raw content. So, but nah, man. So the moral of the story is, man, sometimes like how you think your life is supposed to go, it's not really the type of life it has planned for you. But, you know, that doesn't mean you gotta keep going, you gotta stop, or you gotta change, or, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do have to, but if you're doing things, something for the passion, for the love of it, and not for the fame or money, then it shouldn't matter what stats you have next to you. You should be able to still pick up this, you know what I'm saying? Pick up the camera, pick up the ball, whatever, pick up the thing and pick up the guitar and start playing. Do your thing, you know what I mean? But I really hope you guys enjoy watching this little story time. And hopefully you find you a partner who you could invest with, man, so we can all get out of work and life sooner than we like. Love you.